Welcome to our podcast, Tell Us a Story, a laid-back place where people come in to share their gift of gab and tell us their most interesting true life stories while we talk about different topics from all over the world. I'm Babu.
I'm Frenchie.
And on today's episode, we have here on the show Mr. Josh Hailey. Let's give it up for Josh. Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
How you like that, Josh? In studio applause and everything. Effects. Yeah, that's great. Oh, there's plenty of those to come, Josh. Just wait. It's coming.
Heck yeah, that's great. I love it. Bring on the noise track.
Yes,
I love it.
Definitely. Okay, I'm going to let Frenchie take over and just give a little background on you real quick.
Well, I was going to say one thing I did not write down was that apparently Josh is a singer. He may sing for us.
Hey, look out.
In a few minutes, who knows?
What? Well, fill the airwaves. Give me some background music.
Yeah, definitely.
So Josh Hailey is a mixed media artist based in New Orleans. His work has been showcased in art galleries and museums and has permanent installations throughout the country. He loves color, movement, texture, and photography. I read somewhere, and I quote, his art reflects his love for travel, people, and storytelling, which makes him an ideal guest for our Tell Us a Story podcast. We got to meet him on NOLA's White Linen Night and loved the energy he brought to the event.
So thank you, Josh, for being here today. Let me just add to that. Yeah, me and Frenchie took a little road trip, and this was really our first experience with White Linen Night in NOLA. I don't know why we didn't make it out there before, but we got our whites on and
we didn't have the right outfits.
Maybe that's why I felt like I didn't look right in white before then, but we went for it, and we're there like the newbies that we were, and we're just kind of walking all over and not knowing where anything is or where to go, and just kind of taking it in with bug eyes for the first time. And we're walking around, and then eventually we walk into this amazing gallery and show that's happening, fashion show, all of this stuff. And here you are in the center of it. Never met you before, and now I just want to know everything about you.
You came to the hottest night on the market for art in August in New Orleans, and you found the best spot for AC and a lot of other fashion art spots.
That is funny.
Everybody's looking for AC these days, and that brings to mind also we're having to bring Josh in through Bluetooth call. So he's somewhere traveling in the country. Can you tell us where you are and what you're up to?
I am at a Flying J/Love's gas station in Odessa, Texas, to be exact.
Texas.
It is Texas, deep in the heart of Texas.
Yes.
It is hot, and I am traveling west and heading to Burning Man. So love to tell you about that because that's been an art inspiration, life-changing thing.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about it.
Right into the storytelling because that pretty much this event changed my life in a lot of ways, and I wouldn't be the artist I am today if I hadn't been to this event. I guess one story: I lost my grandmother, who was my best friend, in 2009, and I was just really struggling. And someone, I don't know who, just mentioned, "Hey, you should buy this ticket to this thing in the desert. They have this temple where you can go and like make art and you can burn it and let it go, and it's this healing ceremony. It's a festival." And I looked it up online, and this was back 15 years ago, so you could just buy a ticket at that point. You can't do that anymore.
Right.
I know some people, and it's kind of it's hard to get into, but it's I went out, met the community. 80,000 people kind of come into this nothingness in the desert and build a community pretty much based around art, engineering, architecture, and you can't spend any money. It is literally camps. You feed each other. They have all these principles that are just really, really lovely.
That's awesome.
Radical inclusion, gifting, decommodification, and your radical participation. So,
it sounds like an amazing experience.
It is, and I recommend everyone to just if you to go at some point in your life.
So if I want to go, you bring me?
Yeah, exactly.
I am not kidding.
No, we know you're not kidding.
I'm gonna light the fire. It works like this. It's like the laws of attraction. The more I talk about it and the more you hear about it, and it'll light the fire in you to get out there too. So
Definitely.
No, but going out to this event, the artwork that I made for my grandmother at that time ended up being a project that I still do today. And I wouldn't have come up with that idea, and the people around me helped me build that idea. It's taking imagery and storytelling through multiple images and making a one image. I think actually one of those was there at the night of the show. I'm not sure if you saw it on the wall, but it's a project that is just very near and dear to us. And then that was the first time 15 years ago that I literally just got in a vehicle. My grandfather let me borrow his van. We literally just drove out west into the desert and just fell in love with meeting people on the road, travel, and living in the back of his van. And
that's great.
Ended up doing a documentary a couple of years later where I was on the road for 2 years. So Burning Man really is an inspiring place.
That just really sounds like an amazing experience, Josh. Really does.
Yeah, a little plug for Burning Man as we drive
that's
through
great.
the desert right now.
Yeah, we love hearing about all these things.
So based on our first meeting, one word comes to mind, fun. And I think we kind of heard that already with you. You seem to take great pleasure in creating art. I almost want to not tell us why, because you told us a lot already. What can you add? Why does art move you?
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into as driving out west is something that has inspired me. So, and this event is all about just, thoughts, emotions, and putting things into the fire and putting things into the ether. I'm just, as far as we know, we've had one trip around this little, thing called life on this planet.
Yeah.
And I think being an artist, are curious, and I think imagination and curiosity play into every artist that I know. And definitely I've always been just called by just wanting to learn as much as possible about everything in life. And I think that being curious and wanting to try everything and eat everything and travel and see everything has been kind of a life goal, when applicable. Obviously there's things that constrain us with money and all sorts of things. But I've always been that way. And I don't know, I've looked at, I look back, a lot of my artwork is telling stories from the past and places and people. And I'm always asking questions about like nature versus nurture and like, who am I like in my family? Like my grandfather was an engineer. My other grandparents owned a hardware store. They were just social, curious people trying to pick and understand the world. And I just happen to be the visual form of that through, I guess genetic. There's not many artists in our family, but I guess it chose me in a lot of ways. So that is what I do. I walk, talk, and explore and try to connect people and try to put a lot of fun into it. Joy is putting joy into people's hearts.
I was going to say, in many ways, you totally speak to my heart, because I can relate to many, many things that you're saying. And another thing I wanted to say, too, is the first time we actually saw your art was at Gem Nola.
Oh, yes,
and
definitely.
The night we met you, I didn't realize you were you. And
that's me.
It was you.
You were stepping on me over at Gem Nola.
I was stepping all over you, yes. The maps. That was pretty cool.
I love asking people, and they're like, I think I saw your artwork at Gem Nola. You were stepping on me? Why were you stepping on me? Yeah.
Well, like I had told you, I actually purchased one of your prints, and I just loved it, the Nola heart.
Yes.
Just seeing all the pictures used and formed a heart, I just thought it was so cool.
That is from, that project where I traveled around the country, and I went to every state and photographed and tried to tell the story, or just a story of the state through shapes, collages, and beautiful architecture. I love the hearts and bursts of each state are my favorite. And
that's awesome.
They really
Well,
People really love them, and they speak to me.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if you could tell us what fires you up about being an artist. I think you've covered a lot of that already. So I think I'm going to go a little bit of left field here, and as myself being a musician,
Put the karaoke track on. Whip out the bass.
We're not there. We got to warm up. Small steps, Josh. Patience. So here's the thing I was going to say is, as myself being a musician, I'm curious, like, what puts you in the mood to create? So, like, are you one that creates in sonnets? Are you one that has to have music pumping through? What gets you going? And if it is music, what's your style?
It's funny because things shift and change, and music is definitely a background. I'm a piano player. And,
I'm a piano teacher, Josh. We got a connection that we don't even know about. This is great.
Oh, there you go.
And I can play one song.
Yeah, right. We tickle things.
Heart and soul. Get on it right now.
Yeah, definitely.
We got a keyboard in the back of the van right now. No, but music is super. It's that language that we all speak, and it all just hits the inner core of us. It can be anything, and as long as rhythm is that thing that no one can spell, but really we all just it's the beat of the drum inside of us. And
oh my God, I love this.
Anytime I'm creating,
that's great.
Yeah, anytime I'm creating, I have to have it's either music, and in our modern age, we're always listening to books on tape or podcasts too, which is I love. That's my drive today has been 8 hours of 20 minutes of music.
Yeah.
Do a little 20-minute audio tape, then a little bit of podcasting to keep just a curious mind. My mind will wander somewhere in a song. Yeah. Just try to get it all and try to learn a little bit about everything. So
yeah, definitely.
But that's but music is I do think it's that one thing that we can all kind of relate to.
For sure.
I had a couple of people in life, just 2 or 3 people, and I can remember them. Don't like music, and I was those are the people I'm like, what do you mean you don't? What, it doesn't do anything for you? Like, out of hundreds of thousands of people I've met in life, music is that underwritten language that we all kind of understand.
Totally
and
agree.
Really
I would say the same thing about people who say, I don't like to travel. I have no interest in going anywhere, seeing anything. I'm thinking, I can't even talk to you right now. Weirdo.
What do I say? What do I say next? Yeah, weirdo. most people would point their fingers at us and say, "You guys are the inquisitive, weirdos." But no, you're the one not listening to music, not wanting to get out there and explore this beautiful world.
This is true.
And there's so much to see too. So speaking of the world, are you from New Orleans originally, or where are you from?
I am not. I'm right up the street. I was born in Jackson, Mississippi, and Mississippi is my home state. And I like to tell people New Orleans, in its 6-hour circumference, really everyone kind of slides into New Orleans who is, as you well know, New Orleans is probably one of the I don't do favorites, but I do live finally after traveling to all 50 states in my favorite city. And, New Orleans has this magic that I've never experienced in any other place. From food, culture, art, the community. It's small, and a big city, small town. You can get around. You can bike everywhere. I could go on and for hours about every day New Orleans is something different, even though the same street, it just hits it with a different light and a different magic, and I love that about it. So.
Right. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Home.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a very good way to put it, because it feels small and cozy, but at the same time, it has so much to offer.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I notice that a lot when I'm traveling. Now, and no offense to, the middle of Texas out on the west side. But,
we love you, Texas.
We love you, Texas. Love all you. Love all the states, but there's just something. It's rare to find a city that you can just kind of walk around in.
That's true.
And just be like, it's not the music that sways you to some sort of magic. It's a magic city. There's just something about it, and the history, the food, the music, the art. It's just purely magic. So,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. And the longer you live in New Orleans, the more unfit you are to live anywhere else. So
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anywhere else I'd want to be in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But back to home state. Mississippi is nurtured me. I think it had a lot to do with who I am as an artist. Hospitality state. I really people are our greatest import in Mississippi, and it also has a really thick music background. Blues, jazz, New Orleans blues in Mississippi, and I think in the food, which is very different than New Orleans, but I had a really beautiful upbringing in Mississippi, and people
nice.
talk trash about a lot of our southern states, but I couldn't. I am the person I am today just because of growing up in Mississippi, and I love it. So
I guess more
I go home
weirdos who don't know better.
Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
So
That's true.
we were actually reading about you because that's what we do is we stalk our guests on cyber stalking.
Yeah. Welcome to the modern age. Let's get to know you better. Let me go look at your Facebook and see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. So as we were checking you out, one of the things that described you a lot, the word joy, continued to appear again and again, talking about you. And we've got a piece of that already in our interview so far. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, for one, I like joy because it starts with a J, and Josh also starts with a J.
Well,
I see what he did there.
I see what you did, Josh. You're a smooth operator, you.
Yeah. I try to keep it easy easy on myself here. So
what he really meant to say, easy on the hosts.
Oh, yeah.
We may be a little slow with that heat. Thank you, Josh.
No, but it's a short and simple 3-letter word that says so much. And joy can be. I try to just exude life, love, and the happiness that I have, for the gratitude that I have for life and exploring, and I try to remember that every day. But joy can also be, and things are fleeting. Life is not we're not trying to be eternal optimist here, but joy comes and goes. But I think that from our end, trying to at least exude exploration through joy is exactly what it's the music that I try to play.
Well, and I could tell you from firsthand experience, when we first met you, you definitely exuded that to us, and you were very welcoming as a host, and now as a friend. And
I was going to say the same thing when we first met him. Yeah.
So we were excited to be.
You guys need to pack up tonight, and you need to come out to Burning Man. I'll see you there in 2 days.
I want to so badly.
Listen, if I didn't have a JOB, you know what I'm talking about? JOSH. I'm telling you.
The JOB sounds like JOY, but it's very different.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but
next year.
Yeah, we'll definitely take you up on that sooner or later.
Next year.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, I think you will not regret it. I promise.
Mm.
I just trying to to be very honest with you. There are times in life that, and I think artists this happens a lot to artists too, because I think we see the world through tinted glasses, and we like to think the world, or we're trying to explore and understand the world through the art that we make.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's been summer is not a fun time to not in the South. It is. I mean, it's been hard. It's when things are. It's been a hard summer. It's been that show you met me at took a long time to put together, just from and I explored flowers. I've been kind of like being into flowers this year because I wanted to know more about flowers for one, but I wanted to in some way bloom again, because I got a little depressed in the early parts of the summer, and trying to ride this roller coaster of life, and that show and just meeting in the magic that happens really, really like showcasing and exhibiting art and meeting people like yourself, and just the collaboration we did with I didn't know all the fashion people. It was kind of put together just on a whim.
Right.
and it went so beautifully together.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful
That's another
and
thing.
totally wild and completely unexpected.
Yeah.
1 minute we were in the streets of New Orleans, the next
Yeah.
we were whisked to
Yeah.
this
Right.
magical place, like you say.
Right.
It was really, really cool.
Yeah, I think the word magic and just usually,
We
I think
love
when
to
it comes
use that
to
word
just,
too.
yeah, it's a beautiful word, joy and magic. May we find more of it on a daily basis and be grateful for it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. So photography. Could you tell us a bit more about your style and maybe what sets you apart from the rest?
Yeah, I was always in love with my dad's. My dad took a lot of pictures growing up of us, and I'm glad he did because this was in film days and early video camera days. I'm not envious, but I am a little bit of the modern age. Everyone with really nice cameras in their pockets where everything can be documented.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I also find that like what we're trying to process these days as humans is we have so much that memories are pretty fleeting. So
That is so true.
in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew this early in life or just knew this about myself, but I kind of became a photographer out of the pure satisfaction of holding on to memories. And it was kind of in a visual form because the adage goes, a picture tells 1,000 words. And I love going through, and I've kind of turned it from being able to go back and remember my own memories and others, and obviously taking pictures for others. But
I'm trying to tell Babu. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm trying to tell Babu
Go
that
for it.
taking 2,000 pictures in a week of vacation is totally okay.
Oh, come on.
So
now.
thank you
Oh,
for
come on now.
reinforcing.
completely
All right,
normal
Josh,
until
listen.
your phone
Just-
until
Josh,
your phone.
come on
starts to-
now.
yeah, don't know. Let her take 2,000 pictures in a
Come
week.
on,
Josh,
Josh.
no.
That's about my
Let
average.
me bring you into my world just a little bit here, Josh. All right?
Josh
And
knows.
she also
Okay.
needs a new phone for
Oh,
Christmas.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
gotta have more. Had more room.
Hang on, I got one for you. Listen.
No.
But Josh knows he's the professional.
Here's the
So
thing, Josh. I mean, if I got a picture in a pose in my hands one way and like
No,
I got to
no.
take another one with my fingers showing differently. You know what I mean?
No.
Come on now.
It's composition, baby. That's what it is.
It's
Just trying to get the.
Love you, Josh. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Let's see. All right.
You're not gonna win with me. I think
No.
the more the merrier.
Yeah, I got you. I get
And
it.
not only
It
do
all
I
comes down
take
to the-
pictures, but then I make albums with them.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
true.
and so
Yeah, this is
that's
true.
that's where we live now. And another thing that I love to do is I'm trying to help people in this digital age not have all of their images on their camera, but
Right.
take
Right.
it back to something analog and tangible.
Exactly.
So
Right.
that
She's good with that.
that whole thing, yeah. And man, do I love seeing. I was really lucky with my family to. There were pictures from from the 20s to the. I love just seeing people's photos from
Yeah.
from old oil painted silver gelatin prints. to
Okay, I'm
little,
with you
little
there,
black
Josh.
and white.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, but we can't. The crazy part is we can't hold on to those. They're in everyone's closets.
That's
and,
true.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hell or high water. Katrina. I've heard so many sob stories about Katrina, but man, it's good. Those memories are precious. So I hope
Yeah.
I really beg people to take pictures with their phones. You can take pictures of pictures with your phone because they are, more pictures the merrier. But then turn them into something and put them in the cloud and hold on to them, and share them with people because it tells the story of who we are.
That's right.
It's like it's the
I'm just
needle
telling
and
a
thread
story.
work of our ancestry. Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me what's the most unique surface you've ever painted on? And look, trains is one of the valid
Trains?
answers.
Maybe skin.
Ooh, so well.
Ooh la la.
Josh.
Yeah.
Look, sky's the limit. Just be honest. Tell us.
No, well, my explorations in life, just all things beautiful. But I don't tell this to everyone, and especially not clients. But
Uh-huh.
I I studied architecture for a little bit, so I love buildings and forms and shape. And then I also love I shoot buildings or boobies. It's either
Yes.
I love the body and exploring, and I body paint people. One of our series is 26 plus models, the whole alphabetic color between primaries, secondaries, and tertiaries, and everything in between, and just trying to.
I'm still at boobies because I have a master.
Yeah.
Careful now.
That's my I like things that I can remember, and I like alliteration.
So
I find joy in buildings or boobies.
Well, look, Josh, I'm gonna steer clear of boobies for certain reasons, but on the buildings, in the New Orleans area where you're from, there's so many buildings that have all these incredible murals, right? Have you ever been a part of something like that?
He's not from New Orleans, by the way.
No, I know he's not, but he lives there.
Right.
My background, photography, is my main medium of choice.
Oh, okay.
And I paint. I dabble in all things, but I have yet to do the style of mural that I do. Which that you don't see very much of. Is I print on vinyl, like these large stickers. You see them a lot, kind of interior. But I do my art on really large, like I think I did one that was like 60 feet long. Oh, and you walked on one. Jam Nola is literally,
that's right.
You can print on anything. That is a sticker for the ground.
The floor.
That is literally, I love it when people, they talk about my artwork. It's like, I love your painting you did. I was like, sure is a painting, isn't it? But no, it's literally just a huge digital collage printed.
I saw a little snippet, like a little video that showed how you actually made that happen. It was very neat to see that.
It's fun to watch. I have no patience in the things that I do, but it is really fun to watch people try to line those things up, and when they work, they're so beautiful. I really love it. So yeah, the murals. Back to that, the murals that I do are mainly just very large digital collage stuff that I have printed, and you can do those. You can do them exteriorly. You can do them on brick. I really like that medium. So I'm for multiple reasons, but one reason too is that you get to travel. I mean, I can take my laptop. I have my laptop and my camera on me at all times, and no offense to the dark room, and no offense to all the hours and endless days I spent in the dark and with film, but I really do. It's one thing I love about the digital age is that that's all you really need. You just need one backpack. You just got a camera and a laptop, and log in, just get on Photoshop and just go to town.
The limit.
The sky's the limit. It's incredible.
So what's one thing that you care to share with us that maybe most people may not know about you? If there's anything at all. I just want to, I like to be real with people, and there's times and be open. I like to be very open and vulnerable and very communicative, because I don't ever anyone to get the wrong idea that the joy is 100%. Right.
Look at the, and I see this a lot through social media these days, which is, there's a blessing and a curse to everything. But
true. That is so true.
There are times art for me is a therapy, but there are times when I have really dark times, and I think in a lot of ways I like to think of myself as an extrovert, but at times I go back and forth from being kind of introverted and extroverted, and I just kind of got out of an introverted time, and the art that I created from that show really kind of helped me do that. And
and definitely
I really want people to know that I think that the arts are so important to as a therapy, and to if anyone's going through a hard time, to if you don't think you're can play music, if you don't think you can paint, that's what I try to tell people. I'm going to be a therapist a little bit here because I go to therapy, so I can preach. So, you know, I want people to just explore, just practice. Everything is practice.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone just needs to dabble more and not think they're bad at it, you know. And
right.
I think it will help. It helps you get out of your head and kind of like find that joy again, and that the expression of moving music, especially too, is just so.
I think
we
you
need
just
that.
described you're just describing living. Because a lot of people seem to not want to do that. Everything is so choreographed, and as you talked about with the social media and whatnot, it seems like making mistakes, not always looking at your best is not okay when it's part of, as you said, just it's okay to try and make mistakes and do it again. And
it's all part of the all part of the process, and the process is the most important part. That's what builds the character and the style. Yeah. But it's not always a bed of roses. I can give you that.
Yeah, definitely.
And the world's got its beautiful things, and it's got its really ugly things too. But I don't know. I just like that. The one thing that I really like to try to do is like, hey, you should just try things. Get out there, get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know, change is inevitable for everyone, and I have to convince myself that all the time too, because I just, you know, we all get down, but I really, art has saved me and destroyed me so many times.
Yeah.
You know? I'm a real sensitive Pisces, and you know, it's been something that's really, really helped me in life and connected me to other people, and I'm so happy that I get to share that joy with people.
Well, you sound like a true empath, which is probably why you need that alone time too, just to regenerate. Yeah,
totally.
I can totally relate to.
Drive across the country by myself in the middle of summer.
Try Texas out, Josh. It's beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, right.
Have you driven 15 hours through Texas lately? Good luck.
Yeah. So did you know early on that you were going to be an artist? And if it wasn't art, what else you think you might have chosen that made your heart happy?
That's so, you know, I don't know. I wish there was I wish we were, you know, if technology was, if we could go back and live past lives and sliding doors.
Yeah, definitely.
I think about this a lot because I'm so different than other members of my family that have, you know, 9-to-5 jobs. Parents were pharmacists, and sisters in insurance. You know, like our lives are so different, and I try to. I don't know what I would be if I don't know if I was. It's that nature nurture thing. I'm not sure if I was predestined to be an artist because of like following the, you know, the genetic code of my. I follow both sides, but mainly my maternal side. My grandfather was an engineer. He took a lot of photos growing up, some really beautiful photos, but he would never have called himself an artist.
Yeah.
And then my grandmother being my best friend, who would never lie to me about anything and told me everything. And I was like, hey, Grandma at 8. I was like, is there a Santa Claus? And she's like, oh, shit. Yeah, there's no Santa. You know, I was like, yes. Thanks. Yeah. Well, I was like, you know, I'm a product of that. But I really honestly don't know. You know, if I hadn't picked up the camera and got into the visual, I probably would have stuck with music. I was really, music was kind of like, the longer I live in New Orleans, the more I'm like, damn, I wish I'd never stopped practicing.
Right.
You know, the piano, like my neighborhood is just ripe with some just amazing piano players. And I'm so blessed to be able to live around them. And I'm like, damn, if I just kept.
Maybe you can practice with Babu.
Yeah, we need to have a little jam night one night. I have a music studio. That's where we record our podcast out of. So we got everything you need there. All instruments, everything set up. Yeah.
Love it. It just reminds me of the desert. Have a music instrument, bring it out, and just jam. Yeah. The jam and joy.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Josh, well, this takes us to the pinnacle of our show. This is what we all look forward to with all of our guests. Everyone has to come in, tell us a story, and Make it good, Josh. So here we go. Tell us a story.
Telling a story. Once upon a time, there was a little boy, a 42-year-old boy, that had a dream to go out into the middle of the desert, and right in the middle of the summertime, and explore the world in the middle of Nevada.
What a good idea.
No, I think
we love this.
Yeah, no, I've told you some stories. I guess mainly the thing I guess just want to say, hey, just inspire people to go out there and write your own story.
Yeah.
Tell it.
I like
Everyone's
That's
got
great, Josh.
one.
Yeah, that's great. We love that.
Yeah, and I really, that's the documentarian in me, that's the artist in me, and that is like the traveler in me. That I think that we're so blindsided all the time of just overworked. And we feel like we just have these. I think everyone's got a really amazing story to tell, and it's another reason I like going out to this event, because you just meet all these people that have just lived so many beautiful lives and have so much a vast plethora of information to share, and it's
I think that's one of the things that we enjoy most when we do our travels too, is just meeting people and getting to know people we've never seen or knew existed before, like yourself included. I mean, we didn't know you before White Linen Night, and now, we've got you on our podcast. We're learning all about you and all these interesting things, and just loving life. And I don't know, that's what it's all about for us, I think.
Yeah, that's what gets me going. That's what when I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, let's go out and just let's live a good story today. Let's do something.
Let's create some memories. Take 2,000 pictures, right, Josh?
Yeah,
in a week.
2,000 a week, just a week.
Yeah, definitely.
No limit on the amount of photos.
No limit.
Just have to get a new camera or a new phone. That's all.
Yeah,
I like it.
Definitely. Well, once again, Josh, we'd like to thank you so much for calling in, taking time out of your busy schedule, and
yes, thank you.
Just kind of filling us in on what's happening out there. We loved having you. It was a blast.
And thank you for being so candid
thank you
about
guys.
all your answers.
Yeah, we hope to do it again.
Yeah, of course.
Part 2 with Josh.
Yeah, no.
Volume 2.
Yeah,
Well,
volume 2.
Well, remember.
Thank you so much for.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to say thank you so much. I'm always grateful for anyone that wants to,
Share the
time
magic.
to tell stories and share the magic.
Oh, yes,
put the joy and
definitely.
the magic into the world.
Definitely.
So thank you guys very much.
All right, Josh.
Well, remember, for those who do not believe in magic, they will never find it. We all have stories to tell. What's yours? Bye now.
Give it to me in French.
Au revoir.
How about some Spanish?
Hasta luego.
Adios, mis amigos.
There you go.
Hasta pronto.
Nice.
A la playa. See you.
Yes. Give me some German. We got some more.
Auf Wiedersehen.
How about some Italian?
No sprachen la
Ciao.
Deutsch, but yeah.
All right. That's awesome, Josh. Thanks for being a part of it. You
Thank
guys
you
take
so
care
much.
out there. All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right, have fun.